Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In this one we're going to be covering the Damage Bastions Trial for the trial system. We've got a pretty solid loadout here. I think it's about 60k worth of loot, so for sure there are different ways of tackling this particular trial, but we're heading over onto Spaceport, and one of the reasons why I love Spaceport for this particular trial is simply just because of the amount of spawns of the bastions, right? There are a total of 6. Maybe I'll put a post-edit screenshot of where they do spawn, courtesy of metaforge.app. That's a really super tool to use for particular spawn locations of Ark. We've actually got ourselves a really solid spawn here. I think this is a Leaper outside here with us. Yes, there is. So Leaper, bit of Ark already around here. We're going to make a bit of a dart for it here though. We've aggroed the Leaper a little bit, but it seems to be okay. We've got far enough away from him. But just going over the loadout briefly, we've just got an Anvil and an Il Toro, mainly for PvP. We've got a shit ton of Wolfpacks that we're going to be using to effectively get these things down as quickly as possible. As we don't really want to draw too much attention to ourselves because it's a trial. We just want to get in, get out effectively. And we also want to kill them quick enough to trigger some spawns. And we're going to head just over to the departure building in this location here. There is another spawn. Or potential spawn, should I say. Okay, so the 3 drones are in yellow, but we're going to make a dart for it. And we're okay. So as I say guys, there are many loadouts that you can bring to manage bastions. You don't have to use Wolfpacks. I just find them really quick and easy solution. Of course you can use Hull Cracker, you can use explosives in other forms to deal with them, but unfortunately we haven't got this spawn either, so we are going to head all the way over now to the north side of the map. Didn't bring any adrenaline shots with me unfortunately, but that's okay. We've still got 27 minutes on the map to do what we need to do. But let me know in the comments guys on what you think the best method for this trial is, because I think Hidden Bunker for sure would have been the optimal strategy, but as we know that's of course been deactivated by Embark in recent weeks from some bug exploits or some problems. But let me know how you get on. Let me know if you found a specific strategy that worked for you. Of course, again, this is solo specific, so I absolutely know that working in duos and trios is more optimal than this. We did see a raider flare over on the north side of the map here as we're heading over there, so we need to be super careful. There's definitely some PvP that's happened over here, I think. Just aggroed a Hornet above me. Did unfortunately take the L there with the shock. That's it. Thrusters out. Top up the shield, and away we go. Sure, there's some PvP happening in the building there, which is not great. Again, we want to try to avoid that as much as possible if we can, because as you know, trial only counts if you do extract successfully, and that's definitely one of the trickier parts. If we can survive up to the 18-17 minute mark and get a few bastions down, then maybe we'll be in a good position. Because a lot of people tend to leave within that first 10-minute mark of the raid. So it doesn't look like... I definitely can't hear the bastion here. Okay, here he is. Let's get ourselves into a decent position with the Wolfpack. And out it goes. Another one. And let's take some trigger nades. Definitely not my finest hour there in terms of my throwing. Okay. Let's just get ourselves topped up before we re-engage with it again. Maybe throw out those final grenades. That should do it. Perfect. And there we go, guys. A lot of explosive used. But that is one Bastion dead. It gives us 4.4k. So very, very good. If we can get 2 or 3 of those kills in this raid alone, that would be great. But I'm not too sure I've got enough explosives for that. But let's see what we can do. We definitely want to get at least 2 kills. And maybe the third... we'll just need to simply be damaged, not killed. So that's one Bastion down here. We're going to head over now to around the rocket assembly, as that's another spawn location. As we do see the Bastion here. Fantastic. So let's get these Wolfpacks out. The snap grenades as well while it's downed. As we tank some damage there, unfortunately. And once again, throw the snap grenade out. Top up the shield. Do have another snap grenade. Let's just check if he's on fire. Not yet. He's going to be close though. Where are we at now? We're at 8.2k points. There we go. Down he goes. And we're off because that potentially could be an unfriendly raider. So I'm not really going to be interested in looting anything that I don't need at this point. Sure, I could take some cells and some other bits, but I'm absolutely not interested. We might have to kill some minor arc here though to try and find some power cells, rubber parts. To craft some shield rechargers, because running around with absolutely none for the 15 minutes potentially could be devastating for us. We do only have 15 durability on the shield as well, so we need to be super careful. We are currently set at 8.8k, so for a lot of you that will probably be enough. I mean, 2 Bastions is a good amount, but we are trying to get promoted this week into the Daredevil rank. I'm currently wildcard 3. I need to hit about 45,000. Yo, dude, friendly? Okay. Friendly or not, he didn't reply, so let's get out of here. But what we're going to do is we're going to head towards the first Bastion that we killed again. Some ammo crate here, let's pick that up. Yeah, we'll happily take the extra ammo here. So there's our rubber parts and our arc power cells, which is fantastic. That can also go into an alloy. We can craft now at least 1 recharger, which is good. Top ourselves up to full. Okay, I'm a little bit more confident now in what we can do. So there is a hornet above us, so just be mindful of that. And here's the bastion remains that we looted already. Some more rubber parts. Some more rubber parts. As we hear a wasp here that we're going to take out in just a second. Okay, down that goes. Same for the hornet as well. We're actually going to loot the bodies of this for the arc power cells as the bastion has respawned in front of us. So now we're going to do some quick crafting. If we can loot that wasp real quick, then great, but I don't think we can. So, a little bit unfortunate. We do have a jolt mine now, though, to deal with, or to use. One more Wolfpack, which we will kick this off with. Although I want it in a slightly different area if I can. And a bit more of an open space. This actual spot is very, very good for natural cover as well, as you can see, so PvP is a little bit unlikely. So let's start with the snap grenades. Gonna hit it with a blaze grenade or two as well. Okay, Wolfpack out. Take a little pop shot. I think that's all of our grenades now, just blaze ones remaining. That is doing a lot of damage. And we're now sat at 13,000 damage with our third bastion, and there he goes. So a lot easier than the second one, just mainly a positioning problem I think there, but so there's a wasp above us and we've got 7 minutes to get out. So all in all 85k in fact, so a very, very comfortable profit. We did use a few Wolfpacks and we've got the Rocketeer above us now as well, so that would be super unfortunate to not get out now at this point with such a good score. As a reminder, we are at 13,300, so a very, very comfortable score for this week. No doubt Hidden Bunker could have been a little bit better if you brought a really super expensive loadout in with some more explosives, some different guns, but this is what we've managed to achieve, so looks like we're okay. There is a wasp here that we need to be careful of. Yo, dude, you friendly? Good stuff, my man. I'm looking to extract if you are. Oh, nice. So, thank you very much for the zip line, sir. That's really, really helpful. Oh, Rocketeer behind us, just be careful. So he's aggroed the Rocketeer, unfortunately. So we're going to have to chill here a little bit. We're going to just hope that nobody aggroes. That is one annoyed Rocketeer. Super dangerous given the circumstances, but here we are. I nearly rolled in to the Rocketeer there. That's really unfortunate. He's not really paying attention to me, which is actually really, really lucky. But here we go. Let's get out. Calling us out, dude. Get in, get in. And we're out. I have absolutely no idea if that guy also survived there, but wow, what an ending. Again, it's always the Rocketeers with the drama, right? They're super threatening. But okay, let's break it down before we close out the video. Of course, where we started, we ended up in quite a good area here in the middle of the map. If we're spawning on the outskirts, it's maybe a little bit more tricky. So fortunately, I didn't bring adrenaline shots, and the game kind of almost rewarded me with that a little bit because I had a pretty good route. So we're going past the Bastion spawn that comes around about here for the launch tower. We go around the outside here because there's another spawn that's usually here. Definitely one of the most common spawns is this one here. So remember, we killed 2. We initially killed the first one here around the 25-minute mark, and then again around the sort of 9-minute mark, I think it was, something like that, if I remember well. So of course, always loot back here. Central elevator tends to be as well the place of return for these storms or night raids, whichever major map condition you do it in. This tends to be the last elevator, which is quite handy. So if you do get a spawn here, I think that was quite a favourable run for us. We also had the Bastion spawn down here, and there is also one in between vehicle maintenance, I think it is, and some other buildings here. So as I say, there's 6 spawns total. Again, I'll put that on screen in terms of where they all spawn, but it's a very, very good map to do it on. Again, Hidden Bunker is probably optimal, but given we can't use that, this is our second best option. So if you're a solo player, this is the way to do it, guys. Again, we came out with an 85k return. We did invest 60k. We used all of our Wolfpacks to our name. We used a lot of snap grenades, trigger nades. We used a lot of explosive, even a couple of blaze grenades there. But we come out with 6 Bastion cells, a ton of arc-specific loot. But of course, again, I'm going to be selling all of this. If we look at what we actually managed to return, we got 36.6k XP. And then finally, a 3-star with a Bobcat 1, a medium shield, which is handy actually because mine's nearly broken, and of course a Beretta 1, which isn't great. But we're sitting at 38,160 points now. There's still a few more trials that I need to do and optimize, but that's a very, very good score. So we're going to close the video there, guys. You let me know how you got on with this specific route. Let me know if you have any other tactics or routes that you like to do. Always sound off in the comments, guys. And remember to hit that like button if you enjoyed the content. And finally, that subscribe button, because it really helps me, really helps the channel grow. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.